Guest on the Blue Couches here is Katie Nixon. She's an actor, writer, and she's here to talk about her latest work called Silverwork, which is a short film. But Katie, welcome into First at 4.
Thanks for having me.
And Katie, you're an Erie native, a Mercyhurst Prep grad, Penn State grad. You were living in New York when the pandemic hit.
Yes.
But then you came back.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell Kara why. We were talking off camera a little bit.
Well, I was in New York. They had just ordered all the lockdowns, and my grocery store ran out of food. And that was the moment where I called my dad and I said, "Come get me. I don't want to eat beans for a few months."
Yeah.
It's time to come
We
home.
have food here in Erie. Come on home, Katie.
Amen.
Plenty of food.
So have you been traveling back and forth, or have you been here in Erie?
I've done a good bit of traveling, actually. I was in New York doing my one-woman show at the end of last year. So I like to bop back and forth on the Amtrak whenever I can.
Yeah, and you do a little bit of everything, acting, writing. Talk about your latest piece of work that called Silverwork.
Yeah, so Silverwork is inspired by author Sarah J. Maas's 4th book in her ACOTAR series, A Court of Silver Flames. So it focuses on the relationship between Cassian and Nesta after they've just survived a war, and they have to really figure out how to reintegrate society together, and they fall in love. Yeah.
And this is considered a short film. So how long is it?
It'll be just under 20 minutes.
Okay. And where will this be seen?
So we'll have it on YouTube, we'll have it on TikTok and Instagram, and then we're hoping to do screenings here in Erie, in New York, and in LA.
Neat.
Oh, wow. And when is it going to be ready for the public to view?
Mid-January is our date. Yeah.
So where are you at in the process?
So really a lot of the pre-production is done, and in a week and a half we actually start filming.
Okay.
So all of the filming happens in 5 days, in a week and a half, and then the following weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, so we've got actors coming in from New York City, from Atlanta. It's gonna be cool.
And some of the filming's being done right here in Erie.
Yes, we're using the Watson Curtsey Mansion. We're using some of the rolling hills in Edinburgh, and a few different local places.
Now, will you be entering this work into competitions, or what will you do with this baby of yours?
Yes, that's a great question. Because Sarah J. Maas does own the work, I won't be entering the festival circuit at all, but what this piece is serving to do is kind of twofold. It's helping all of these actors in it who haven't had anything to do for a while between strikes, and it's a strange time to be an actor right now. So we have, like, for example, we've got Broadway's Maria Weary's coming in and Laura Melmore, both coming in from New York City. So it gives them a chance to put stuff on film, on camera, where it's hard to be in front of a camera as an actor right now. And then it's gonna live as real footage, but it's also gonna live to help create Erie as part of a cultural hub for the arts. Like we're doing some really intense stuff with visual effects. And so we're really excited to create that space for Erie, to say that filmmakers in Erie can do that high quality work too.
Yeah. Quite often too, when Erie seems to be featured in something, it's not always the prettiest view. And I do appreciate when people are utilizing like the Watson Curtsey Mansion and some of our beautiful landscape areas, and showing that it is a great place to live.
Yes, it's a fantasy. It's a book about fantasy, so it'll be beautiful rolling hills, and you know, they'll be jumping through the forest, and so it'll show off Erie's beauty a lot.
That's really exciting. How can folks follow you and some of the really interesting stuff that you're doing?
Yeah, so people can follow me on Instagram or TikTok at Katie Nixon Acts. My website is katienixon.net, and for the Silverwork stuff specifically, it's katienixon.net/silverwork.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you were growing up here and going through school, was it always your dream to be a filmmaker, or was it your dream to become an actress, or where did you start in your creative journey?
That's a really good question. I always loved singing. That was kind of my, the earliest videos my mom has of me singing like the Lion King in the mirror as a child. But it wasn't until I transferred high schools to Mercyhurst Prep, and the theater kids just really brought me in and showed me a lot of love. And I was, in the middle of doing Wizard of Oz. I was like, I think I really like this. And I went and cried to my poor guidance counselor. I was like, what if I'm going to be an actor? I'm never going to have any money. And she was like,
yeah, you're made for acting, honey.
Exactly. She's like, get over it. There are actors who work every single day, and you'll be fine. And here we are.
Yeah, how exciting.
Well, congratulations too. Yeah, we're so happy.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in and sharing your story today.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, and come on back when it's ready to be viewed, and we'll push it out again.
Absolutely.
Sounds exciting.
Thank you,
Thanks,
ladies.
Katie.
We'll be right back.